time. So evening and welcome to Ultrabook News, the big live Ultrabook session tonight with the UX31, the ASUS, the ASUS UX31, the Acer S3, and the Toshiba Z830 Ultrabooks. That's the three 13-inch devices with the SD card. Some of you are interested in the SD card, photographers, videographers. We're going to spend 2.5 hours tonight going through all this stuff. The YouTube video won't be 2.5 hours long because I'm going to dash through overviews of the devices, and then there'll be a series of videos on YouTube that you can watch in this series that will cover things like video performance, gaming performance, screen, noise, heat, everything you can think of. A full review tonight on YouTube. But first, UX31 is sponsored by myself. I actually put down the money for it today, and the reason I put down the money for it today is because I actually tried it out and found that the keyboard wasn't as bad as I thought it might be. So there's a lot of news on forums about bad keyboards on the UX21, UX31. I experienced bad keyboard on the UX21, but because I tried this out and the keyboard wasn't so bad, I went for it. I've put €1,200 down on this. It's the Core i7 version. And we'll see how it goes. I may take it back, I may not. But let me give you a roundabout view on it. Of course, you've seen this in videos, I hope. It's the UX21 Ultrabook from ASUS with the metallic finish, the spun concentric. Oh, how many times does Johnny Chen have to go on about this? Spun concentric rings to change your mindset. And yeah, ZenBook is the other name they give to it. So obviously there's a fair bit of marketing going on around that. But come on, let's have a look at the device. At the front, 3mm. At the back, what is the? I think it's something like 17mm at the back. I'm just quickly pulling up the specs for you. At the back, it's 18mm. So really, really thin and light. Looks like another device that's very thin and light, right? That runs OS X. There's no doubt that this is very, very close in design to the MacBook Air. How they get away with it, I don't know. I suspect someone has had a word with someone along the way and underwritten this, and it might have been Intel because they clearly would have had a big involvement in the original MacBook Air design. So maybe they've said, "Yep, okay, we helped you with the MacBook Air. You let us make stuff that looks like it." Who knows? Ports. USB 2 at the back, headset port, I believe. I don't think it's a headphone, but we will check that. And an SDHC, at least an SDHC. I'm not sure. It might even be SDXC. Full size at the front. Now, that's important for photographers and for people putting in videos and stuff like that. Across the back, nothing at all. It's beautiful finish. USB 3 on the right hand side at the back, DC power in, and I'll show you a nice feature on the AC power supply in a minute. And then we got mini VGA, the adapter is included, and micro HDMI. So if you're looking to take this out to do presentations, you will need to take the adapter cable. See if I can get a little bit closer on that, and I'll show the adapter cable in a minute. And that's pretty much it. Look underneath, it's absolutely clean, and there's a very, very tiny serial number here. Where's the Microsoft license sticker? It's here. It's on the power brick. I don't know quite how they got permission to do that, but all the UX range have the sticker on the power brick, and it's a power brick that has a changeable adapter plug. This one's European, obviously. It's really nice, wall blister type, and it's got a long light cable on it, and on the end of the cable is a charging light. So it charges orange when it's charging and green when it's fully charged or unplugged. So that's really, really helpful. It has worked on this one. I know some people have reported that it's not working for them, but on this one it does work. Did a full charge this evening, although if you wiggle it about, you can get it to go green when it's actually still charging. So maybe there's a little issue inside the connector header there. But really nice and light. That's good for mobility. Let's quickly look at the adapter ports. They come in a nice little case. It's not leather, it's a kind of a webbing. So there's the VGA adapter, so mini VGA to VGA adapter. It's not a USB VGA, but this is a USB to, oh yeah, so okay, this is a mini USB 2 to Ethernet 10100 adapter. So useful. So what you'll notice is missing is the HDMI cable. So you need to buy micro HDMI to normal HDMI cable if you want to use the HDMI. So they come in a little case there, and there's another little case here which is I could really do a 2009 video of the MacBook Air being launched like that. So nice case though, but it all adds up in weight to about 1.5, 1.6 kilos. So this is 1.3 kilos. Okay, so inside we've got Core i7, 4 gigs of RAM, we've got 128 gig SSD, and we've got the 13-inch screen, which is has a unique resolution among Ultrabooks. It's 1600 by 900 resolution, and that is really quite something. I thought I was pretty happy with the 1366 by 768 of the standard Ultrabooks, but this really is something. It just pushes the PPI up to the sort of limits of your average eye, so you actually get quite a lot of advantage. You can leave the font sizes as they are and really get a lot more, to the point where you can run 2 windows side by side and copy and paste between the two. And that, I think, is quite important for people that are doing development work, editing work, that you can have 2 windows side by side. I think that's really important. Just zooming in, then we've got speakers in this. Speakers in the grill, behind the grill here, plus the fan output. Fan input is through the keyboard, I believe. And the keyboard is plastic metallic finish. It's not fully metal, I don't believe, but the outside is, and it feels really nice. It looks really nice. It's not a fingerprint magnet, but I think it would get quite smudgy quite quickly. So although it won't show up fingerprints instantly, it'll probably get dirty over time. And it doesn't seem to be treated, so watch out for scratches. I've seen some UX31s on the road over the last months that has some big scratches down the side, so you want to be a little bit careful about that. There's integrated power button on the keyboard here with a light. You'll go to hit that thinking it's the delete key, and you'll just stop short because the blue light will stop you. It works. The blue light really works, stopping you from turning the device off when you're going to delete something. There's a light on the caps lock button, a light on the Wi-Fi button. There's also brightness, screen off, screen output, touchpad off, volume, and then we've got another couple of shortcut keys for the ASUS battery modes, the screen gamma settings. There's about 4 or 5 settings you can have as presets, and then you can switch the camera on and off as well. So just comments then very quickly, and this is just a brief sort of overview to start with. Comments on the keyboard, as I mentioned before, this I'm finding a lot better than UX21. Now, is the UX21 or the UX21 I had, was that a faulty device, or is this one somehow magically causing me to have a different angle on typing? I don't know. It's definitely a wider spread of hands, so that maybe there's a different angle of attack that comes with the keys, and maybe it's working better on the UX31. I don't know, but I'm definitely working better on this keyboard than the UX21. UX21 keyboard for me was a showstopper. It's not on this UX31. Having said that, it's not perfect. I am still, if I try and do it intentionally, hit the corner, push the key down, and it won't register. The only thing that happens unintentionally is that sometimes if you hit the corner of the space bar, it doesn't register. So you need to sort of change a little bit the way you hit the space button. The mouse pad, another bone of contention amongst forum members around the net, is that this is not very good. This is the Centellic touchpad. When I got it out of the box, it was terrible. I did the ASUS update. It's now great. And when I say terrible to great, the 2-finger scrolling on it was really bad. 2-finger scrolling on it now is nice and smooth. You still can wander up from the touch button area into the touch pad area, so you have to be a little bit careful about that. And you can also, if you're not careful, hit your wrist on the side. Those are things you have to look for anyway on big touchpads. So I'm not, having tried a lot of the other devices, it's only the ones with the smaller touchpads that get over that problem, and then with a smaller touchpad, the multi-touch gestures aren't so enjoyable or easy to use. The other thing is glossy screen on this one, and we've got a webcam with a mic and a warning light on that as well. Okay, there's your brief overview of the UX31. I'll leave it there for this one because I want to pop this one up on YouTube, stop the recording, and we'll do another in-depth video. We're going to do the Toshiba Z830 next. So hop on to part 2 of the YouTube videos if you're watching this series. And don't forget, this is Ultrabook News. We're at Ultrabook News on Twitter, and we're on Facebook /Ultrabook News. Thanks for watching part 1.